2000 EM1 Civic Si, 27,104 miles. I'm not sure, but I think this might have been the most expensive Civic ever purchased. I'll tell the story more about how I acquired this, but for those of you who have been watching me for a number of years, and those of you Porsche, Ferrari, BMW guys, and Corvette, and higher end car guys, bear with me on this. There's a story behind this. There's a reason why I bought this thing. I've been in search for a while. I posted on Instagram and talking about it in videos. If someone could find me like the EM1 Civic, I'd consider buying it. I don't intend to keep it. I intend to give it away. But there's some nostalgia here for me. This was the car that I got in. I got it in the year 2000, so I was 20. I had been selling high-end car stereo and had transitioned into home theater. I was at Villanova in Philadelphia. I'd flunked a course, and the reason why I had to stay at school for the summer was to stay on track. And so I got a job selling stereos and I ended up making a lot of money. I wanted a DC2 Type R. There was a black one on a turntable at the Acura dealership, and my dad said no, that was too much money. He wasn't co-signing on a loan, and so I bought my friend Charles's 99 SI, and he had some modifications done, and I had taken it sort of another step and had the car for a couple of years. So the intent here is to not to fall in love with this car again. I know that's not going to happen. I learned that lesson on my S2000 CR. The intent of this is for the fun of it. The part I like the most is shopping for all the parts, getting them to come here, waiting for UPS to show up, getting angry, putting them on and wishing I didn't do it, and then seeing a result. And so the intent here is to share and talk a little bit about life and my own personal history while I'm fumbling around with this car and building. Really, I think it's going to be one of the ultimate EM1 Civics, if not the ultimate EM1 Civic ever built. And so I'm going to do my best to chase that with this, and then we'll do a giveaway in 6 or 7 months when I'm done with the car. So 1999, my buddy had bought this car. He had it for a while and then sold it to me. And when I'd gotten it, I didn't have a lot of money. I was making about $40,000 or $50,000 a year, but I was spending every penny of that to buy cool stuff. And so this was a major source of the reason why none of those friends hired me in wealth management, because they saw the original Mormonomics, where I turned a $12,000 Civic into a $30,000 money pit and then sold it for 12 grand when I was done. I still do that today. I'm about to do that with the Corvette here shortly. So what I want to do today is do a walk around, talk to you about the car, how I acquired it, and then kind of discover. We're going to put it up on the lift and take a look at it, see how it does. We'll do a first drive. I actually did that yesterday, so we'll cut to that a little bit and show you a little bit of my first driving impressions. And we're going to take you through this car from start to finish, detail every part and piece you could possibly imagine. I've already just paid for the Moton suspension we're doing on this thing. So let's get into it. I want to show you what it is, talk to you about how I got it, and talk to you about what the plan is. Okay, so if I was going to do this, I wanted to find like almost museum level car to then molest and put all the bolt-ons and put a new motor and all that stuff in it. And so this is a 27, it had 27,000 like 70 miles on it when I got it yesterday. I bought it from a gentleman in Iowa. It has Minnesota plates on it, and I actually a follower, because I put it out there to find me the car. If I find it, if somebody finds it, I'll buy it, even if I'm not ready for it. Like, this is a really inopportune time. I got a bunch of projects, so I probably shouldn't have bought the thing, but these don't come up as clean as this very often, so I had to do it. So anyway, the follower sent me a video. It was an unlisted video of the dealership. It turns out I watched the unlisted video. I found the dealership in Iowa, and there was a few views on the video. I don't know how the heck the dude found it. So I watched this video, and I said, I found the dealership. I called them up and asked them, hey, do you have a Civic for sale, an EM1? He said, yeah, we have it, but it's going to be going to auction soon, so it's really not for sale. I said, no, forget auctions. I want this car. And he said, well, what would you pay for it? I said, just tell me a number. I'll probably pay it. So it's the worst negotiation ever in the history of negotiating. And he said, well, what do you think? I said, how about 20 grand? He said, well, that was going to be the minimum reserve. We're hoping that this car goes for more than that. It's a 27,000 miles, super clean, original everything. And I said, well, just tell me. Give me the number. I'll probably pay it. So I had a ridiculous number in my head because I know we're going to do a giveaway on this car, and it'll probably be pretty profitable for me. So I ended up paying 25 grand for the thing. It didn't go to auction. Came to me. We called Reliable Carriers, got it scheduled. It was supposed to take 4 weeks, and it got here in 2 days. So here we go. I thought I had some time to get prepared for this thing. So 27,000, all original. It has a few modifications. Has H&R springs. I think it has a Tenzo R short shift kit. Has a Skunk 2 exhaust and a Megan header. And that's about it. It's pretty much stock other than that. Of course, I'm going to tear all that crap off and do better stuff. So the paint is in ridiculously great condition. Now, it looks like this was sort of the typical like water blade, dried, chamois dried, rubbed on car. So the guys that have owned it just rubbed it a little bit too much, which I think we'll be able to fix pretty quickly. From what I can tell, there's a single rock chip. There's a little bit of patina, but there's a single rock chip here, which is no big deal. The headlights are great, which I'm going to swap out for JDM Civic Type R headlights anyway. I will have to fix this. This is aftermarket, and not the paint match isn't very good. But the exterior of the car, the paint condition is fantastic. I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted a car that it hopefully didn't have to repaint. All the trim is fresh and clean and new looking. Even the wiper blades, all of the rubber seals, everything looks like it's a brand new car. Looks fantastic, and all of it is original from what I can tell. Even like the surround around the sunroof looks better than my car did in 2000. But the real interesting thing is that my car, the paint condition, we'll get a light out and show you here some of the things we're gonna have to fix, but the paint condition is probably identical to the way my car was when I sold it in 2002. It was rubbed on a lot, dry wiping and trying to keep it clean. That was the goal back in the day, was to always keep it clean. I hadn't discovered a clay bar yet or anything like that, and so lots and lots of detail spray was used on my Civic. I took it to remember hot import nights in Philadelphia back in the day. I had a crazy stereo and all kinds of stuff. So let's walk around the car and take a look at the OE condition. I want to pop the hood. I want to open up the interior and kind of work our way through it. Exterior wise, again, we're going to paint correct it, probably coat it. I'm going to pull off, I'm thinking about, because I didn't have this spoiler, it's starting to grow on me seeing it in person, but I'm probably going to buy another trunk and go back to, we'll see what it looks like with the wheels and stuff when I do it, but I'm going to go back to a wingless car, just having the regular OE trunk. The taillights are good. The taillights are going to stay. Brand new SI badge on it, looks like. And I got to take this rear mud flap off. I took the one off the front, the OE mud flaps. But all the trim is perfect. I'll coat all of that. Get everything set up, but the exterior wise, I don't plan on changing anything other than if I can get a hold of a Spoon carbon fiber hood, I'd like to do that, but I think I'd already inquired with Spoon. It was like a 10 to 12 month wait, or was it I think it was 6 to 8 month wait, and I don't think I'm going to have time for that. I might order one and see if I can get a hold of it. And so exterior wise, other than paint correction, I'm talking about exterior like the body panels, the paint correction, I might even wax it and just kind of clean up the trim, which already looks pretty darn perfect. Now, there really isn't much that I'm going to do outside of new headlights. So OE wheels, the OE wheels are the OE 15-inch SI wheels. It has some all-season tires on them. They're 195, 55, 15. I'm going to get a set of 15s and a set of 16s. I think I'm going to get CE28s, TE37s, and probably spoon wheels as well. And then I'm planning to do spoon monoblock calipers. But the brakes look great. The wheels don't have a single curb mark on them. They're factory fresh. It even has OE Honda wheel weights on it. So I mean, this car is you should see the folder filled with all the original stuff. Pretty incredible. It has the original front lip, the OE front lip, so that's great. All of the moldings and everything are good to go. But the plan is, I'm probably going to get a set of 15 by 8 plus 35 TE37s, and then like I said, the spoon monoblock calipers. I haven't figured out what rotors to do. I'd like to do Project Mu, but a lot of that stuff is really hard to get. Spoon stainless lines, and we're gonna get the car up in the air. I'm gonna show you what I'm planning to do with the suspension, which is gonna be pretty insane. So I'm gonna get various combos of black and probably gunmetal. I think gunmetal looks best on this Electron blue pearl color. But regardless, I'm going to get all the wheels that I dreamt of, and then when we give the car away, the person will get all of those wheels to kind of swap them out and try different things. But we'll probably do 205 50. Some meaty tires, 205 50, Bridgestone Potenza RE71Rs, and maybe I'll do 225 40 16 if I do a set of 16s, if I get the offsets correct. But I've had to go back to school and figuring out what fits these cars and what I need. We'll probably also do the spoon blue convex mirrors as well. Let me pop the hood and show you what I'm planning under there. So the hood, the reason why I get carbon fiber is pretty darn heavy. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's probably 75 pounds or something like that. So a carbon fiber hood does make a pretty significant difference on these things. When I drove it, I've forgotten how much turning the AC on does to the darn thing. It's like the power just disappears. I've already changed a couple of things back to stock. It had some goofy aftermarket wires and a couple of goofy aftermarket stainless things. Has some cold air intake that will be changing, and I'll probably do some sort of lightweight Braille battery or something like that. But this is a B16A. What do these make? Like 165 horsepower, 150 at the wheel, something like that. We're going to swap this out, which is a bit of a shame because this is an original 27,000 mile. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, whether this would be a pretty sought after engine. Someone would certainly buy it once we pull it out. But I called my friend John from LHT before I solidified the deal and said, can we build a relatively high compression but super duper bulletproof and reliable JDM B18C? So the thing I've been torn on, and this is a 27,000 mile well-maintained engine, do we go and find who knows what a B18 with who knows how many miles and rebuild it? So he's going to look for the very best of the best B18C. And, you can't buy those new anymore. I'm going to do a full long block LSD, cams, cam gears, brand new red valve cover. Yeah, I know they could do a K20 or a K24 or something like that. I want this to be period correct. So I'm going to do a B18. It'll be 195-ish horsepower at the wheels and make it super clean. I've already contacted Toda to do a Toda header, Toda test pipe. I'm probably going to try to get a hold of a Greddy SP exhaust, or maybe was it a Pexi or Apexi WS2 or something like that. Something where the car makes noise, but not so much where it's annoying. And I might talk to John about making me a carbon fiber cold air intake, or we just do AEM and try to debadge the AEM or repaint the AEM so it looks clean. But we'll be doing all of the worthless cool things like spoon radiator hoses and Mugen caps, and I'm going to be buying the spoon thermostat and all the fan switch and all those things that are ridiculously expensive that I always wanted and would shop for hours and hours on King Motorsports or Godspeed or any of these other places that I used to shop for all this stuff. I think Evasive was still around back then. They were new to the game back then. But I'm going to go, and I've been talking to JHP Motorsports about ordering me all this stuff. Just spare no expense, get what I want. The hardest part is getting a hold of these products. So we're going to have to literally overnight parts from Japan. So the engine's going to be coming out. We'll be doing an intake manifold, and again, I could build a 1,000 horsepower Civic, but that's not my interest. My interest is a period correct. I don't want to supercharge or turbo the thing. I just want a naturally aspirated, really nicely done, really grown up, bulletproof B18, that makes a couple hundred horsepower and call it a day. And I know that's going to be controversial and people are going to get real cranky about that. I already mentioned we'll do Civic Type R headlights that are tinted, JDM headlights that are tinted, like a gunmetal look, grayish finish, and then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the bulbs. We'll upgrade that as well. It has the factory fog lights, which I didn't have back in the day. My car didn't have that, but the engine is gonna cost, I think, about 10 grand to do it right. And so we're going to rebuild it. I'll have this and probably likely keep it with the car. So whoever wins it, whenever they get it, they have a B16. They can choose to sell it to pay the tax on it, or keep it and keep it all original, so they have all the parts. So, but you can see I haven't cleaned any of this up other than there was a billet looking, weird looking thing. So the only thing I did yesterday was just put the OE plug wires back on, but we'll have spoon strut tower brace. Yeah, it's gonna look legit. We're gonna do a crazy stereo, so we'll have some power stuff taken care of up here on the battery area. But in general, this is super clean. I might maybe look for some suggestions of what radiators I should do, and then again, make this thing look legit. But you notice even up here, all the factory plastics, they're not brittle and beat up and scratched up. Everything's nice. All the rubber is new looking. It looks like this car is probably better than mine was when I bought mine. I think it had like 12,000 or 13,000 miles on it when I got it back in 2000. Maybe it was 8,000 or 9,000 miles. I'd have to ask Charles. It wasn't a lot, but I bought it for 12,000 bucks. This one I bought for 25. So I guess you could call that inflation. So this grille needs to be changed or replaced. I already ordered the bumper plugs. I don't really intend to. The bumper is in good enough shape that I don't intend to repaint it, so I'm not going to fill these. But this is a purple, not electron blue, so it doesn't match very well, so I'm going to swap this out. But I do like the Honda-less grille. I've kind of contemplated, do I do the JDM red badge on it or not? We'll see. I'm not a huge fan of red and blue together. It's too Superman for me. But the SI badge does look good on the back. So I don't know, what do you think? Spoiler or no spoiler? I like it better without, but it's starting to grow on me, and a lot of people would look for the spoiler, so I'm not sure which is better. I'm thinking there's holes in this, so they're red Honda badge. I don't know, what do you think about that? We'll have to modify the OG plate frame. I got to get a plate for it, so I got to go have it, go register the thing. Again, it just got here yesterday. The taillights are fresh, clean looking. There's no water or funk in them, no condensation. They look brand new. The interior of the trunk is really, really sweet. We're going to likely do some sort of amp and subwoofer enclosure. I'm thinking a single JLW7. I'm going to build a period correct 2000s ridiculous stereo like I had back in the day as well for sound cue. So a single, probably single 12, maybe single 15 like I had back in the day in the trunk. Built some sort of amp rack. I've already contacted my buddy Chris at the Garage Orlando about building the car. But even this, I mean, I washed the car yesterday, but all the jams were super clean. Again, this car was the exact version. I've got to start pulling off the stickers. But this car was the exact clean version I was hoping to get a hold of. All the wiring, everything is factory connected. There aren't any like broken parts or pieces or tabs. It's really, really nice. And then the trunk, I'd forgotten this kind of cheap Honda still has the spare in there. Actually, the spare looks super nice. But this kind of cheap Honda carpeting, I'd forgotten about all of that and how it fits in there. So yeah, stereo coming, but this trunk area, there really isn't much I'm going to change. I like the factory tail lights. I'm going to get the car up in the air here. We'll talk about exhaust. Exhausts are kind of limited on what's available. So let's talk about the inside. Oh, actually, you know, if you take a look at the gas cap area, all clean and nice and neat. And so again, although the car was rubbed on a little bit too much, everything is exactly how I would hope. Now I'm just going to take it to the next level and make it about as perfect as it could be, and without doing any repainting. So inside, I didn't even know this was an option, but in the year 2000, you had a dealer installed, from what I understand, I think it was a dealer installed leather interior. So this is an OE Civic Si dealer installed option where they pulled the regular cloth seats out and put leather. It also has leather trimmed. It feels like it might be vinyl, but it's a leather-like trimmed door panels, door cards. The plan in here is to kind of transform this a bit. We're going to do likely a Euro Boutique sourced S2000 steering wheel. It's got some white gauges. I hate white gauges, so I'm going to go back to OE gauges and pull out this cluster with the AFRs and the voltage thing that I don't need. Mugen pedals, OE black Honda Civic floor mats. We're going to do a spoon shift knob and ITR shift boot. I'm going to do a Mugen, what are those seats called? FSZ or something like that. It's like basically it's like a Recaro Sportster made by Mugen. And then I may have the rears reupholstered to match. But the leather is actually pretty nice. But I do need to get the seat a little lower, get the shifter a little taller. We'll have an ITR transmission as well with ITR shift linkage, and we'll maintain some sort of short shift kit as well. But we're going to do Dyne Audio separates, 2-way in the kick, 3rd in the door. So we'll probably do the 4 in the door. So it'll be a 7 and tweeter in the kick panel, custom kick panels that'll look stock. We're going to do the Sony, what's that flagship head unit called? It's the RSX. Yeah, it's like the GS9 or something like that. And we'll probably put the crossovers in the trunk. It'll be single front stage only. We'll detach and remove the rears. But I don't want to tear apart the interior. I just want to do a very nice stereo, really amazing seats. I don't think I'm going to pull out and do like red carpeting or anything like that. But I'm telling you, the interior is going to be nice when we have it all said and done. It's going to be super legit. So yeah, I thought about doing a Mugen steering wheel, but I'd like to retain the airbag. So I'm probably just going to do a flat bottom S2000 steering wheel in here and do it so that the steering wheel Alcantara matches the Alcantara on the Mugen seats. I can't do a lot of seats because I'm 6'2", 235, so I can't do a lot of little baby Japanese seats like brides and stuff like that. I'm just not going to fit. So I'm going to do something that looks OE, but a OE upgrade. And I found those Mugen seats, which are going to cost me a small fortune, but I think it's worth it. So let's get the car up in the air and take a look at underneath and see how it looks. There's our crappy Megan header, stock cat, and yeah, stock mid pipe. I think this is the stock resonator here, and it has a Skunk 2 exhaust. It's pretty droney, but it does sound really good. I'd forgotten how great these cars sound. So all of this, all of the suspension components. So Moton three-way. So we're going to detune a Moton three-way just because I can. Sway bar. We'll be doing new rear control arms. We'll be doing new toe arms, upper control arms. So everything Hard Race makes, I'm buying. So this here will be new sway bar, Hard Race sway bar. This looks like Spoon, but I doubt it. It's probably some sort of knockoff. And you can see there's no rust. This car, they said, was very likely never even driven in the rain, because everybody that owned it was an enthusiast, all the people. And you can see there's no salt damage. I wonder if this was aftermarket undercoated. I don't know if Honda undercoated the cars or not. And it looks like OE shift linkage. Again, just a short shift kit up top. But man, yeah, the front suspension, it has H&R springs, and then it has, looks like an H&R camber kit. But I'll be doing new forks, new lower, upper control arms, new steering knuckle, all of that will be replaced with Hard Race stuff. And then, of course, the Moton coilovers are going to be insane. Also doing Hard Race front frame brace. We'll be doing battery stay. Basically, every part and piece of the front and rear suspension will be upgraded and changed. I'm not going to be doing hardened, solid bushings. I want to do all rubber bushings, and of course, stainless brake lines, so that we can help with pedal feel a little bit. And the car in general, man, so clean. I bought the right car, no question. There aren't even any scrapes or curb rashing on the inside of the wheels. I wish somebody made a rear brake kit. I think Willwood might, but I don't like the look of the Willwood brakes. I want to stay JDM. So it'll be interesting to see what exhausts I can get a hold of and how many sets of exhausts I need to buy. That's about all we got to talk about. Yeah, I'm even more pumped now after seeing the underside. So the interior is really clean. The paint is going to be very easily dialed in. The underside of the car is perfect. It'll stay that way. We're in Florida. I'll probably put 200 miles on this thing by the time it's done. I got to figure out the exhaust. I have a whole list of parts. I've already started ordering some stuff. And so this project is going to be significant. It's going to be great. The stereo install, the wheels, the tires, the sharing of all the parts and pieces. We're going to take great photos. We're going to try to do a little bit different format of videos so that I get to the point a little bit quicker on this car. But I do think I'm excited for this. Again, this isn't my plan to buy this and keep this for the rest of my life. This is a relive it and let it move on to the next guy and live in the past for me. That's the plan. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this Civic project. I think even those of you who are well beyond Civics that are watching my stuff, I think that you're going to enjoy this this process of perfecting an old JDM legend. Is I think going to be great. So thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more crazy. This project's going to be nuts. Thanks for watching. The car's been owned. I think I'm now the 5th owner. What the heck is that? See that bug? It looks like a bat. Look at him.
Oh, what the?
I don't want to touch that thing.
Creature. I don't know what that is.
Come on, buddy.
Some weird looking thing.
He's stuck on the bead maker. Get out of here, bro. He's gonna distract me. Here, let me give you something to help you. Well, climb in there. There we go. Got him. Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
You're gonna whack him. What the heck? This is an omen, Bryce.
He's gonna like land
The universe is telling me don't do this. I had him.
Oh, he's a big guy.
Oh man, he's totally gonna eat our souls. I'm gonna be in here, he's gonna come buzzing in my face. Whoa! Come on down here, bro. I'm gonna whack you out of the
Oh,
sky.
he's hitting the lights, man. He wants the lights.
There we go. All right, we're safe. We're safe. All right, start over. He's up in the light. I'm like looking out of the side of my eye, and there's some giant bat moth beetle there looking at me. Auction or something like that. Now he just went down.
This bug is gonna be the end of us.
So anyway, so just do the video. So, God dang it, this beetle's got me all messed up.
Ruining it all.
God dang it. This bug, I'm scared of this bug eating my heart.